What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm one eyebrow, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 20, titled Splinter. Obviously, spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. We're going to talk about it, recap it, break it down. There's not really a lot of Easter eggs in this episode, but we're going to talk about it nonetheless. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Some people are saying it was the best episode. Some people are saying it's the worst episode, but the hate train is going along for this 10C. I don't think people understand the significance of these episodes, but if you love The Walking Dead, hit that subscribe button, become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family. But hopefully you saw the video where I talk about, do you hate The Walking Dead Season 10C? The extra episodes for Season 10. This is not season 11. This is not the final season. These are extra pandemic filmed episodes. But either way, season 10, episode 20 is titled Splinter. We see the Commonwealth. It's basically the princess backstory. And it's one of those episodes where stuff happens, but it was all a dream. It was all hallucination by Princess. What actually happened, what didn't happen, I think I have an idea somewhat. But either way, Princess and our group was taken by the Commonwealth soldiers. And then at the end, they had a blindfold put over their head, and they're going to the Commonwealth most likely. Yumiko gets knocked in the head while her stunt double. Princess tries to grab the knife and fight back, but she's pulled away, taken down to the ground, and then separated into different boxcars. And it's one of those episodes where you're like, what actually happened? Was she just taken away, put into the boxcar, and she never left? She stayed in the boxcar. She thought she talked to Yumiko, but she didn't. She thought she talked to Eugene, but she didn't. She thought she talked to Ezekiel, but she didn't. She thought she talked to the Commonwealth soldier, but she didn't. Like, what actually happened? But I don't think it matters too much, right? Because this episode is extra. It wasn't going to give us too much of the story arc for season 11 of the Commonwealth because that's season 11. They're not going to take stuff away from there to put it here. And that bothers a lot of people. There's this one guy that's like, they owe us this. To be honest, they don't owe us anything and nobody owes you anything. People do because they want to do. The sooner you remember that, the sooner life will be better for you. Perception is reality though, right? Eugene, Ezekiel, we see them in the episode, but I don't think they really interacted with Princess. It was the altered reality and the imagination of Princess. Princess even says that she has, an overactive imagination that is one of her coping mechanisms because of her childhood and her mom and her stepdad, and she had a splinter, and it just was a nice backstory for Princess. And that's what these episodes are. They're filler, deeper dive, more intimate episodes about really a single character. And if you know that, you probably like them. If you're expecting to have so much story driven in them, you probably hate these episodes. And there's a clear divide in them. Overall, I enjoy them because I know what they are. They're extra episodes that we're not supposed to have. But this conversation with Eugene and Princess didn't happen. And I have to say, I said this in my other review, Eugene's voice is a little weird at the beginning. He does the intro where they had the character do the intro of the backstory of stuff of what happened previously on The Walking Dead. He sounds more like Forrest Gump in my opinion. Did anybody else get that? Let me know your thoughts, post your comments below. And this wasn't Lance. I don't even know if this interaction happened. And if you don't know who Lance is, he's a comic character that we'll probably meet in season 11 when the characters go to the Commonwealth. But the fact that he hit her in the same exact spot that she was hit before, probably by her stepdad, just showed me that this interaction never happened. But it's hard to kind of tell what happened, what didn't. Like, did she actually leave the train car? And did anybody get the feel when she was outside the train car and holding on? That was like Star Wars and these were stormtroopers and it was like Luke and Leia and the Death Star trying to get, stay hidden. I kind of got that vibe. And I know these people are called stormtroopers even though they're not, they're Commonwealth soldiers. But again, Princess was the main focus of this story. And I think this was the shortest episode. It's only 38, 39 minutes. I mean, maybe 40 minutes total runtime with the intro and the credits. That's pretty short. And when Ezekiel pops in the train car, that's who Princess is looking up at. That didn't happen. Princess is in there by herself. The piece of wood or metal covering up the hole in the side of the train car, that's not actually there. And it's just one of those things where we saw stuff in the episode, and we're like, okay, cool, yeah, Ezekiel's going to try and save the day, and Ezekiel's beating this guy up. But nope, it was Princess, right? It's just the episode where stuff happens, but it doesn't happen. At the end of it, it was all a dream. So it's kind of a wasted episode, but not, because we got the backstory of Princess. And It's one of those things that if you don't like the previous episodes, you're probably not going to like this episode at all. See, like that's actually the top of the train car. There is no actually, compartment that Ezekiel could get down in. And Princess realizes that when she's beating the crap out of the Commonwealth soldier. And I thought it was kind of creative, and it was pretty cool writing to kind of get something out of nothing, to stretch something out. Because again, I said it before, these are extra episodes that aren't supposed to be on television. We're not supposed to have a season 10C. It's an A and a B. And we're going to get a 10C and probably an 11C if it's, 3/8 versus 2/12s. But the hole that she was talking to Yumiko through wasn't actually there. I guess the splinter wasn't really there, or was that? It's hard to tell what happened, what didn't. But when you see Princess talking to the Commonwealth soldier, you see little glimpses of reality and what it is, right? You realize that there was no hole in there, and Princess imagined the whole thing talking to Yumiko and Eugene. Well, we got some information. It wasn't much, but we know that the Commonwealth are good people. They're there to help people that come to the gate. They're there to help them. And I think as a Commonwealth as a better Alexandria. They have more people, supplies, just more everything. If you think Alexandria, it's just a better version of that, I think is the best way to put it. But when Princess was beating this guy up, we thought it was Ezekiel, but it was actually Princess. And there's one part where Princess gets knocked down and the Commonwealth soldier falls down, I guess, because it's Ezekiel who pulls him down. So how did he fall down? It just, I don't know. There's a little confusing parts there, but at the end of the day, Ezekiel wasn't in the train car. And I don't know if Princess actually left and came back. Like, how did she get away from the train car? Did the Commonwealth soldiers leave him alone? Did this not happen, right? And I mean, just put the gun underneath and crawl underneath here. It was kind of like, what are you doing? The gun's getting stuck on the gate. She's like, oh, I can't get it. You take it off, you put it underneath, and you slide underneath. You keep the gun in front of you, and you just keep going. But the gun got caught on the gate. She backed up, and she was like, okay, what are we doing here? What am I doing? And when she was talking with Ezekiel again outside, Ezekiel's not there. The walkers aren't there. And it's in her mind. She's talking to herself. She's playing like the good cop, the bad cop, the angel, the devil. Come on, let's go. Let's go, right? So Ezekiel's basically the devil telling her to go. And she's like, no. She's playing the angel part. Like, I'm going to stay back. Not everything is bad. Not everybody is bad, right? And you could just see that she was a torn person. She was an abused person. Mentally, physically, and she's, alive in the zombie apocalypse. And I liked how they talked about, like, I don't know, I could be 28, 29, 50. It doesn't matter anymore. Just being alive in the zombie apocalypse is great. That's a win. And I'm glad these walkers were actually these walkers, because it's like if they had the attire on, it wouldn't make sense to have the hat on. And they talked. They're like, get back here. Where are you? I forget what they said, but that was like the first walkers that talked. But this guy got beat up pretty good, handcuffed. And then at the end of the day, he was like, look, it's not going to work out well for you. You're going to actually leave and try to do this. You're going to go back to the whatever slums and crappy place you ever came from. You're not going to go to this awesome place, the Commonwealth. And the Commonwealth is going to be a big part of season 11. It's probably going to be the entire season 11. It's going to be where the story ends. Hopefully the Commonwealth and the Civil Republic. So again, they couldn't take away from season 11 and put it here. So people are pissed that we didn't get more of the story. We didn't get more of what people are looking for. That's not what these episodes are about. I'm sorry people are disappointing, but they're just not getting it. They're like, it makes no difference. They filmed during a pandemic. They should have just done better. They have tons of money, have tons of this. Again, we're not supposed to have these episodes. Let's just be grateful for having them. But that doesn't matter. People don't care. People could care less. But the unnamed Commonwealth soldier talks with Princess. She gives the person answers to the questions that were asked before. So did she actually talk to that guy or not? I don't know, but maybe someone talked to her. Maybe someone over the radio, because he does have a radio there too. But either way, they talk. She answers the question. She's from Pittsburgh by way of San Juan, Puerto Rico. And he's like, see, though it wasn't so bad. Puts the helmet on. And she's like, when can I see my friends? Poof, poof, poof. I got her. They open it, and that's the way the episode ends. They put a hood over her head, and then they probably put them in the carts, and they go back to the Commonwealth, which I'm guessing is in Ohio. So that'll be probably the premiere episode of season 11, if not the second episode, because I'm not sure if they're filming in order or not. But I'm excited to see where it goes. Hopefully people will understand these episodes more and more, but I don't think so. You either enjoy them for you know what they are, or you hate them because you're expecting more. Overall, this episode was definitely different. It was something I've never seen on The Walking Dead done before, but that's all right. And I'm grateful for the episodes. So if you have an attitude of gratitude, you usually see things in a positive light. But if you don't, that's okay too. Thank you guys, stay safe, and as always, tell them Daryl.